Okay, welcome to another segment of morning yoga. This time we're going to do morning resilience. So we're going to focus a little bit on building some heat and strength straight away. So we're going to start in a seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm in hero's pose, but feel free to be in easy pose, crisscross applesauce, and just getting right into a comfortable seat. What that means is closing down the eyes if that feels okay. Shoulders are up, back, and down. So nice and relaxed, heavy away from the ears, and then just hands resting comfortably on the lap. And we're going to go for 3 rounds of a 3-part breath. Just a simple breathing exercise to get us to settle in here. So we're going to inhale, and if you would like, before we start, you can keep the hands on the lap, or maybe the right hand on the belly, left hand on the chest, so that you can inhale into the hands and feel the pressure on that inhale. So here we go. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, fully inflating the lungs, and then exhaling all the way back down, chest, ribs, and belly. 2 more rounds, inhaling into the belly, ribs, and chest, exhaling a little bit longer, all the way back down. 1 more round, inhale, belly, ribs, chest, and then exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Seeing how everything feels, and then opening the eyes if they're closed, and then bringing the arms out to the side, however you're seated, and then we'll inhale and just really bringing the arms up, palms facing one another, and exhale, really coming down nice and slow, exaggerating, like pushing the air down like it's heavy. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, exhaling, really using that breath to link the body and the mind. Think of it as a thread that links the two together. And then we're going to find all fours. We're going to get right into Sunbird. So all fours, left leg goes back, right arm reaches forward like you're going to shake someone's hand. And so making sure that the core is nice and strong here. We're working on stability, mobility, proprioception, balance. So if it's okay in your body, you can start to lift that back foot off of the mat, keeping the core nice and stable. So the toes are flexing down towards the mat. Reaching straight out, staying here if that's enough, or bringing the knee to the elbow for 5. Keep breathing as you move. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Reaching out, coming back down, and then we're going to go right into what's called thread the needle. So we're going to inhale that right arm all the way up and then thread it underneath that left armpit, right temple, left hand in front. If you need a little bit more, you can shift the hips towards the right, really feeling a nice stretch behind that right shoulder blade. And you can always, as an option, bring that hand to the low back. And again, 2 rounds of 3-part breath, really getting the breath into those stuck or tight areas. Slowly unwind. Same thing on the other side. So this time we're going to take the right leg back, left arm forward, stabilize the core, lift that right foot up. Notice how my toes are pointing down or are flexed towards the ground. Staying here or moving and breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Come back to tabletop. And now we're going to go through thread the needle on the other side. Inhaling all the way up, threading underneath, dropping that shoulder, that temple, reaching the right arm towards the front of the mat or to the low back, shifting the hips to the left if you need a little more, and really using that inhale to expand that space behind the shoulder blade. One more round here. And then slowly unwind. Awesome job. All fours. We're going to go right into downward facing dog if that's in your practice. If this is something that you're not familiar with, maybe start with that half down dog. So the lower body is going to stay exactly like mine is right now. And then you're just going to walk the hands towards the front of the mat and press the chest down towards the mat, really lifting the arms off of the mat, gripping into the mat with all of the finger pads. Otherwise, you can get right in to downward facing dog. So we're in this upside down V position. I like to walk the dog initially, meaning just lifting one heel and then the other, and then finding some stillness. I'm going to drop my knees for a sec because I don't want to slip. Meet you right back there. So really focus on those finer alignment points here, pressing the inside seam of the elbow towards the ears, straightening the arms and relaxing the neck. The heels go towards the back of the mat. If your hamstrings are really tight, this is first thing in the morning. You can pigeon toe and walk the feet out a little bit wider, generously bend the knees. Just do whatever you have to do here. And then we're going to inhale forward to plank pose. So this is a strengthening, quick mini practice. So pressing the mat away. And if you need to drop to the knees, walk the hands a little bit forward on the mat just to make sure that the shoulders are over the wrists. You're still really getting into the shoulders and the core this way. Otherwise, back up to that full expression of plank for 3, 2, 1. Back to downward facing dog. Couple more breaths. Building heat, strength. Inhale forward to plank for 3, 2, 1. Back to down dog. This is going to be our last set. Hang in there. 2 more breaths. And then inhale forward one last time for 3, 2, and 1. And find your way to the belly. I don't want to knock into my blocks here, but if you can slow lower, go for it. Otherwise, just meet me on your belly and then fold the forearms on top of each other. Drop the forehead and recover. Finding Sphinx pose. So that means we're going to press the forearms into the mat, palms are facing down, pressing the chest through the gateway of the arms. Taking a breath here, the tops of the feet are flat into the mat. And now we're just going to go for a forearm plank. So we're going to curl the toes. So same thing that we just did, but now we're on our forearms. Lifting up for 3, 2, 1, building strength, heat. Back to Sphinx pose for 3, 2, 1. Curl the toes. Forearm plank. 3, 2, 1. Sphinx pose. 3, 2, 1. One last time. Curl the toes. Best one yet. 3, 2, 1. Finding that child's pose. Knees can be wide or close together. Recover here. Coming up. One last thing before we end. Find a seat. Come to this easy pose. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, keeping the left hand on the left knee, and maybe taking this right hand and bringing it to the small of the back. Opening up the shoulders, since we did build a little bit of heat and work the shoulders slightly today. Bringing the ear the left ear to the left shoulder. It's creating a little extra space here. Looking up if that feels okay. If this is too much, you can always bring this right hand back to the right knee. Slowly come up, same thing on the other side, just switching it out. And again, if it's a little bit too much, just bring that left hand to the left knee. Just feeling a little bit of length along that side of the neck and opening in that front part of the shoulder. And then coming back to center, taking a moment and just seeing how everything feels from that brief resilience practice. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Namaste.